Hello there, everybody. And today for Batman the Animated Series, I'm doing The Man Who Killed Batman. So this is another banger episode that I saw for the first time. And it's about a man who gets involved with the wrong crowd, who he believes he accidentally kills Batman after a scuffle when he bumps into him on the rooftop. So this episode was definitely a wild one for sure. And Batman's not even really in this episode until the very end. But he's in the flashback. It basically opens with a man named Sid who ended up teaming up with Rupert Thorne's gang, and he actually tries to create a distraction until Batman shows up, and he tries to confront the man until he accidentally falls off the building. But of course, the goons notice what's going on, and they try to shoot at them, but they accidentally shoot one of the canisters of propane, I'm pretty sure. But Batman tries to pick up the man, but he accidentally slips and falls, and it's suggested that he falls into the explosion, and it's assumed that he dies. But the man manages to grab Batman's mask off, but he didn't see his face, of course, only a giant boom. And he said that he never really meant for this to happen, but the criminals are all celebrating, of course, until they get arrested. Even Renee Montoya tells them to be quiet, with Harvey Bullock revealing what happened, and Renee's actually depressed by it, and they even say the commissioner is taking it hard. It kind of reminds me of what happened in the I Am the Night. Jim Gordon gets hurt, and then it affects Batman, and now we see Batman supposedly getting hurt or dying, and it affects Jim gracefully. So I don't know if anyone noticed that, but that's what I noticed. But the man is like feeling really bad what happened until he gets a lawyer, which is revealed to be Harley Quinn. And she actually takes him to the Joker. This is probably Joker's best moments, and Mark Hamill's performance is really good in this episode, where he actually is bummed that Batman could be gone, and he's frustrated that some random guy just possibly murdered Batman. So they go to Ace Chemicals, the origin of the Joker, and they put Batman's cowl in a coffin. It even says "kick me," which I thought was funny. But Joker decides he wants to put the man into the coffin, and he actually does. And he's freaking out that he might die. Honestly, I was wondering if the acid was going to kill him, but no, he ends up going underwater, and there's a hole stuck in the coffin. But of course, Sid gets released from the coffin by an unknown figure. I already know who it is, but I'm not going to spoil it till later. But of course, the man runs all the way to Rupert Thorne explaining what happened, and he's not really buying it that he possibly killed Batman until commotion is going on, and then it's revealed Batman survived. And he manages to take down Rupert Thorne. He's getting the punches he deserves. But Batman does explain to the man that how he survived. He basically just grappled his way out of there and basically blended in, and he helped the man escape, of course. And he doesn't actually punch the man. He decides to let him turn himself in, and he's actually happy that he's going to jail, even though all the criminals are booing at him. So that's this episode. So this episode was definitely really good. It's a really good idea for a Batman episode, even though Bruce Timm and Paul Dini did work on this episode together. And it definitely really shows, since they both work really well as a team when creating these episodes. But I just love how everyone is thinking Batman's dead, but he's just alive this whole time. And he just kind of plays along with it. And then he does that badass scene where he takes out Rupert Thorne, like I said. But it's interesting to see how the Joker would react if Batman died. But this reminds me of like another comic, a few of them. One's called I forget what it's called. It's from The Killing Joke, where there's this short story where a man is fantasizing about how he would kill Batman. It reminded me of that. It also reminds me heavily of a story, which I've not read, but I've seen videos about it, where the Joker thought he killed Batman, but he ends up becoming normal, and he actually has a normal life, the Joker. But once he learns that Batman survived, he immediately goes back to being insane. That storyline was definitely an inspiration for this episode. I don't know if it is or by coincidence, but it definitely shows. But this episode's easily a 10 out of 10. Easily one of the best of the show, even though Batman's not really in it, but it really works as a story. I mean, it would probably inspire other Batman stories, honestly. So, I don't know what the next episode is. I think it's a Clayface episode, so we'll be on the lookout for that. So, I don't think I got anything else to say about this episode. So, anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see y'all next time.